What's the word? Happy Friday, guys. It is January 16th. You guys have found another edition of the Cheesesteaks Takes podcast show, the only multi-generational Philadelphia sports talk podcast. I'm here, Kobe Marshall, here with my father, Troy, my uncle, Chuck Butler, and Drew Butler on this edition of the podcast, guys. We're going to talk a lot of baseball, actually, on this episode. We're going to talk some Phillies, maybe a little Yankees. We're going to bring up the Eagles, as we're still mourning the loss in the playoffs to the 49ers a little bit, and talk, of course, some Sixers with them in action tonight at 7 o'clock. Hopefully they get some revenge against the Cleveland Cavaliers after getting blown out on Wednesday. How you guys doing? Welcome.
Doing great. Doing great.
Hello.
Can I say something real quick? I know we're about to talk about the Eagles.
One more thing.
So Shelly texted me the day after the game. Shout out to Shelly. She's like,
"What's up, Shelly?"
Yeah,
What's up,
she listens, always listens.
Thank you, Shelly.
She's like, "How you doing?" I was like, "I'm okay," but I told her I was relieved. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I am relieved. This was
Stressful.
just a tough watch all year. Stressful, like just frustrating watch. And I'm glad it's over. I am so glad it's over. The more I think about it, I know we're going to talk about it. And this is after me kind of calming down. I think Sirianni should go. I'm putting on my Troy hat right now. I don't see, from what I'm hearing, I don't know what he's going to be doing once they find an offensive coordinator. And this is the calm down Chuck. This is not like the Chuck being upset at the football team after that terrible loss. 19 points against a terrible defense. But I'm relieved. I'm glad the season's over. I may or may not watch the game this weekend. If I do, I'm gonna be super relaxed and like don't care who wins. I'm kind of maybe, kind of rooting for the Patriots a little bit. I'm up here in New England, just kind of like, trying to maybe root for like the hometown team. So,
Chuck, you know what
I'm
it feels like,
relieved.
Chuck? You know what it feels like, just to bounce off of that? It feels like when you're dating somebody and it's going downhill, and it's heading towards a breakup, and then the breakup happens. That's what this feels like.
Yeah,
That's what this feels like. You're
great
relieved that
analogy.
it's over. You're sad, but relieved that it's over because you knew it was bound to happen.
Yes. You were miserable while you were in it, but you didn't know like the freedom that existed when you got out of it. And that's how I feel right now. So I just want to kind of throw it out there. Shout out to Shelly for checking up on me. But I am super relieved that this season's over with.
They were a toxic girlfriend.
Yeah.
For how many months?
Great analogy. They just very abusive.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now.
What
You were
Are you feeling?
You were in college.
Have you ever dated a Latina?
That's beside the point. I have. But that's beside the point. I don't. What I mean is, there should be no relief for what transpired this year. You should still feel angry because it was such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
You had a Super Bowl caliber defense. You have the best on paper, best offensive talent in the league.
Sure.
And you wasted it. You sacrificed it for a coach, a first-year coach who has proved that he knew nothing. He shouldn't have been hired in the first place. Right? If you're going to watch these games on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to watch the Seattle Seahawks kill the 49ers, and you're possibly going to watch the Rams kill the Bears.
Yeah.
And it should piss you off because the Rams should be going to Seattle right now, getting blown out. They're going to get blown out in Seattle. We should be playing the Bears. The Bears are probably going to fall apart against the Rams. For some reason, I just feel that they're just going to fall apart. It's going to be too much for them. The Rams are going to be ready.
But
and it should be us that's in that position.
But Troy, can't two things be true? Can't we feel relieved and also feel like, this was a wasted opportunity. I agree with you. We talked about, like, on previous podcasts, I asked you about that. I thought you brought up a great point. This is a wasted opportunity because it's NFC. Forget the NFC. Even if you got past the NFC, like, are you afraid of anyone in the AFC? No, I'm not. No, it is a wasted opportunity. I do get that, but I think more than one thing can be true. I'm relieved. It was Troy. Kobe put it best. It was an abusive relationship. It was. We were a battered spouse. It's over. We can't go back.
We were looking for solutions. They weren't.
Yeah.
Every week.
But I agree with you. I totally agree. I'm not pushing back on you. I totally agree. Wasted
Sounds
opportunity.
like you are pushing back on me. It sounds like you are.
No. I'm not pushing back. It hurts. When Noah put that Super Bowl clip from last year in the chat, that was heartbreaking. That's like reading, that's like looking at an old picture of your girlfriend that you just broke up with. I'm like, man, that was a good time, wasn't it?
While you guys were on vacation, laying on the beach, you took a picture of her, and
that's
exactly.
What it was like. And
Right,
exactly. Okay. It was like one of those, like looking back on good old days. It's heartbreaking.
You listen.
You
whatever small relief that you guys are feeling, it should not overpower the anger that's still inside of you. I know it's still inside of you. There's no way it should overpower that anger. Right?
You sound very unresolved.
You know what it is? I think I was past it until I started thinking about. I'm listening to everything that transpired with the Phillies today, and it kind of just reignited my anger and just being pissed off at the Philadelphia sports teams. I look at the Phillies and listen, for all of that we're going to say about the Eagles, I will say this: they try to get better year after year. Whether they win a Super Bowl, whether they lose in a wild card, every year, Howie Roseman. I'm not the biggest Howie Roseman fan, but I will give him this. He is always looking to make his team better. And when I think about other teams in other sports, the one team that can best the Eagles in doing that are the Dodgers. Dodgers just won 2 World Series in a row. And they still went out and made their team better. And it's the complete opposite of what the Phillies have done. Right?
You have to give Howie more credit than the Dodgers. They have no salary cap in baseball, and they are flush with money. Howie is doing a much better job in a salary cap league than the Dodgers. That's like, I could spend money. Like, if I had that much money, I could spend it. I don't think that's an apples to apples comparison.
I do, because the Dodgers could literally stand pat and win another World Series next year. They could have stood pat. They didn't need Kyle Tucker. Would you agree?
No, I don't think they needed him. Quite honestly,
they didn't need Kyle Tucker. They didn't need him.
Yeah.
If you want to say they needed to upgrade their outfield, that's fine. They didn't need that guy. But they went out and got the best guy that's on the market, basically. The Phillies are nowhere near that.
All right, before we transition into the Phillies,
and it just got me thinking about the Eagles, and it just got me pissed off all over again.
We can get to the Phillies. Just one sec. I think Kyle Tucker's don't get me wrong. He's going to produce in that lineup.
Correct.
But I think he's a little overrated.
I'm not saying Kyle Tucker is Barry Bonds. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they felt the need to upgrade their lineup, and they went out and basically got the best free agent that they could, that anyone could get at the moment. Right? That's all I'm saying. The Eagles.
Who won the?
Go ahead.
Who won a free agent? Who won the offseason last year in baseball?
I have no idea.
The Mets.
I don't know.
How'd they do? I mean, I mean,
But
it's
I'm sorry, the
fine.
Mets.
I think
That's fine, but the Mets were not a super. They weren't a World Series team. They weren't even
no,
close.
I think they were. I think people were expecting to be a World Series team. That was the expectation, and they were leading. Also, break. They were, if not in the
They
lead, they were
weren't.
close to
Come
the lead.
on, but you
got
wouldn't
Phillies chased them
compare
down.
their lineup. You would never compare their lineup to the Dodgers lineup last year.
No.
The beginning of last year or
last
the
year I
middle of
think you
last
would
year?
have with Alonso Sosa and
No,
and
not
what's
to
his
the
face?
Dodgers, dude.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. But they won the offseason last year.
I'm not saying that the Dodgers. It's not about the Dodgers winning the offseason. It's about their management consistently and constantly trying to improve their team so they can continue to win.
Troy, I
As
totally
far
agree
as
with you.
football is concerned, the one team that I've seen do that in the last 4 to 5 years are the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, I totally
And then
agree
I
with
look
you. The
across.
only thing I'm saying is
I
it's
understand what you're saying.
easier in baseball. Howie has a harder job.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
but they have the same mindset.
Oh, yeah.
They have the same mindset.
Yeah,
The two
I agree.
organizations. You look across the parking lot, and that organization has a completely different mindset of let's just bring everybody back, which is the reason why we're going to see a 52-year-old JT Realmuto for the next 3 years. It just makes no sense to me.
It was reported that the Phillies offered Bo Bichette 7 or 8
7 years, 200 million.
Are you blaming the Phillies? He took 4 years from the Mets. Are you blaming the Phillies for him not taking that contract?
Why not offer him? It's obvious he didn't want a long-term contract. Who would want a 7-year contract?
No, they could have gave him opt
For
out.
that
I'm
amount of
sure. I don't
money.
know what the details for the contract are like. The Mets gave him 4 years. I think the last 2 years are
3 years.
opt out. Oh, they gave him 3 years. I'm sorry.
They gave
How
him
many
3
opt
years.
outs? At least two years of opt outs.
Okay, and the Phillies don't give opt out in their contracts. Like they didn't really. They wanted to get him on the cheap. Did they? I don't know if they really wanted to get him.
Cheap, Troy. That wasn't cheap. That wasn't. They were not for a cheap contract.
Do the math, man. Do the math. 7 years, 200 million. That's less than 30 million a year.
No, I think
The Mets gave him 40 million a year for 3 years. They wanted to give him. And listen, I'm not even sure if Bo Bichette was the answer. Right? I was lukewarm on the whole thing.
I'll call him Bo Bichette.
If you have the guy, if you have the guy sitting in your living room.
Yeah. It was a Zoom, but I know what you mean.
It just it's hard for me. It's what what are you, starving? Did you not eat lunch today? Did you eat lunch today? What is going on?
So what I'm doing, and Kobe, maybe you could help me out with this. I'm fasting till noon. I usually stop eating at 8. Well, 7 o'clock, and I fast till noon. And then I had something small at work today, and now I'm just starving.
Yeah. What kind of fast?
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah. It's working. I'm trying to get off those Christmas cookies that I was inhaling all December.
You should do the Daniel's fast. You ever heard of Daniel's fast?
No. What is it?
It's a fast. It's like a spiritual fast. I did it with my brother and sister-in-law. And their church does it every year. But basically, everything you eat is from the earth. So there's no meats, there's no fish, there's no dairy, there's no alcohol, there's no sugar. I
can do everything but the meat.
There are no pastas. And everything you have to eat is from you can do it. I did it 2 years in a row. For a month.
How long?
A month. The first 2 weeks, no meat.
Yeah, that'll get you really
The
slow.
first 2 weeks, right? It has to be what kind of rice? It has to be brown rice, I think. Which is
what about?
And I started eating brown rice when I did the fast. That's all I eat now. I don't eat any other kind of rice. The first week was hell. What about who? Beans. Beans are good. Anything from the earth. Beans, potatoes, vegetables, fruits.
Rice,
but it's
beans,
a
and
steady
potatoes.
diet
That's all I
of
would
that.
eat.
Nuts, healthy fats like avocado or whatever. First week was hell. Second week, I had to stop going to the gym because I didn't have enough energy. But by the third week, my body got used to it, and it was just I was fine. By the time my fast was over, my wife she brought me breakfast in bed, and it was like pancakes, eggs, cheese, bacon, like a big, beautiful breakfast. I didn't even want it. I didn't even want it. I had no taste for it. That week, I had a business dinner at a steakhouse. I went to dinner. I had a steak for the first time. It was delicious. Like I've never eaten a steak before. Next morning, I woke up, threw up. Felt horrible. And from that point on, I just steadily cut back on the amount of red meat that I eat. I eat a lot of fish now. I eat some chicken, but like red meat is few and far between. It's like I can feel the difference of how I would wake up in the morning if I didn't have red meat and like alcohol. It's like a huge difference. Just more energy. It was an eye opener. It was a true eye opener. Chuck, you should do it. You should do it. You can do it.
I'm good. It's the
no.
meat,
You listen. I'll do it with you. I'll do it.
I love eating
I
dead
wonder
animals.
how many cases people end up like you, Dad, where it totally changed your life.
Yeah,
I feel like most people just revert back to what they were doing before.
Yeah, but they say, you know what they say? They say it takes 30 days to change a habit. And it was those 30 days where I just cut back on a lot of things that I used to eat. And a lot of things that I didn't eat that I picked up, I still have in my diet. A lot of beans and brown rice, plantains, like that's my favorite meal. That is my favorite meal.
What's your favorite meal?
It's very simple. Beans, brown rice, and plantains.
Are you Puerto Rican?
He's part
possibly.
Now. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat red meat, like no beans, no pork, because I got high triglycerides, so I stopped, and I feel like that helped myself, especially with my stomach. So just like no beef, no pork.
Listen, you guys don't do red meat. That's more red meat for me. I love red meat.
I got my dad a Roots Chris Steakhouse gift card for Christmas. That's how much I know he likes red meat.
Chuck, what you should do if you want to do anything, what I would recommend is just going on a processed foods diet. Just cut out processed foods.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I haven't no snacks since since December 27th. No chips, no candy, no cookies, no nothing. I'm just eating. I kind of prepare like meals, and any snacks I do want to have, it's usually like nuts, and some fruit. But a day to today, it's an aberration. I just brought a small lunch to work. This is after fasting until noon, and I got home and I was just starving. So anyway, we'll have, maybe we should make this a regular Troy fitness corner. Troy nutrition corner.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, I can't do red. I have to do red meat. I need dead animal, some kind of dead animal in my meals every day.
Poultry,
how much
fish.
better you're gonna feel when you stop eating red meat?
Listen, I don't need like red meat like all. Kobe, get this podcast back on track.
We'll have to come back to the my father's fitness corner on another episode possibly, but we're gonna transition into Drew's halftime. You got anything else?
No. I want to talk some Eagles. What are some Eagles? I want to they got to.
I thought.
We barely talk
about
these guys.
What do we have to talk about with these dudes,
how about
man?
like your top? Give me now. They're looking for a coordinator. This is by the time we have a podcast. They may have one already. Who's your top 3 candidates?
Okay, I have 2 candidates. Candidates. I'm going to jump on Noah's bandwagon and say Mike McDaniels. I saw a clip of him. I guess this is years ago, of him talking about offensive schemes and like what he would do with certain defenses. And he knows his way around an offense. Like that is completely evident, 1000% evident. I would love to see him with Jalen Hurts and the rest of the offensive talent. AJ, and that includes AJ Brown. AJ Brown's coming back. I need him to come back.
I'm hearing that a lot. I'm hearing his name a lot. Is anyone worried about like didn't he fire Vic Fangio? Like, is any?
Yeah, but I don't need. He doesn't have to talk to Vic Fangio.
But Vic might feel some type of way, and Vic be like, you know what? Then I think about me. I'm out.
No, listen. Vic Fangio is a professional. He's been around this league enough. He's been fired enough. I don't think that's going to bother him. If he came in as a head coach, yes. But as an offensive coordinator, no. Vic Fangio shouldn't care. If he's probably like, yo,
I'm not saying he should
guy.
care.
I don't have to talk to him.
Doesn't care. Okay.
Anyway, I wouldn't mind having him. My second choice would be Frank Reich. No one's mentioning him, or people are mentioning him like as an afterthought, like the Eagles would never go to him. But I'd take him in a heartbeat. He was in the room when the Eagles had the most dynamic offense that I had ever seen in my life. He was in that room.
Yeah.
Every week, him, Press Taylor, and Doug Peterson would have a meeting about what new plays did you discover in your travels. You looking at college football, were there any plays that you could pick up from any of these offensive coordinators that we can implement in the next 2 weeks, have it ready to go in a week, and then apply it in a game? Right? That's what I want. I want them to have a group of plays where it's like, okay, we're gonna bring this play out one time or 2 times during the course of a season, and you'll never see it again. You know why you never see it again? Because we got another group of plays that we're going to bring out 1 or 2 times, and you'll never see it again on top of your regular playbook. That team was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
That team was awesome to watch. That offense was great to watch.
You have a third candidate?
What'd you say?
You have a third candidate or no?
Maybe Stefanski, I guess. I don't know. He's from
about
Philly.
Dable?
No, I don't want him. Can you imagine Dable and Sirianni up and down that sideline?
No.
I seriously, I don't like Dable. I barely like Sirianni, although I still think he should be the head coach. Because, Chuck, we talked about this earlier. You want him gone, but he does a good job of being a CEO. He does a great job of that locker room. And if that's all he does, that's fine. That is fine. Make sure the guys are ready to play and stay out of the way of the offense. You're already out of the way of the defense. That's perfect. Let Vic Fangio run the defense. You let Mike McDaniel run the offense, or Frank Reich, whatever. You stay out of the way. Just do what you do well and leave the rest to the adults.
And Cope, I want to hear you and Drew's take too, but just real quick. I don't mind Dable. I don't like your list, Troy. I don't mind Dable. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Just like the Fangio scenario. I don't know how Saquon would feel about him coming and being offensive coordinator, because it seemed like they had a little beef when he was with the Giants.
Good point.
So I don't know if he's a good coach, man. I really don't.
And I don't know if he's good.
Well, listen,
I don't know either.
He's not a good head coach. He's not a good head coach.
I think he's dealt with running quarterbacks before. He has some success. Like anything better.
Wait. Whoa. When you say success, are you talking about success with the Buffalo Bills? Or are you talking about success with Josh Allen? It's 2 different things.
Yeah. So his first year with Josh Allen was second in MVP, and then his first year with the Giants, he won Coach of the Year. I thought he was.
He didn't deserve to win that award. He did not deserve to win that award.
Let's say he came
Why?
in
Because
second.
because the Giants were 500 for the year. What was their record?
No, they were a hot mess. But listen, he's not my first choice.
He's not. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't think he handles like watching him on the sidelines deal with his players the way he does.
Yeah.
It's boorish, very boorish behavior on his part to me, and it completely turned me off. Having him and Sirianni on the sideline together, no,
that doesn't bother me. It's more the Saquon Dable relationship, and also the Vic and McMichaels relationship. Even though, Troy, you're probably right, they're adults. Vic could get over it, but I would feel some type of way if they didn't include, like, if they didn't think about my feelings. If I was the reason why this team was winning, and they brought in my arch enemy, I would
see. But hold on,
feel like. And again, I'm not saying it's going to affect him.
So you're saying Vic is Batman and McDaniels is the Joker. Like, those are arch enemies. I don't think it's that case. I don't think that's the case at all. And you know what? It wasn't necessarily McDaniels that ran him out of Miami. It was his players who didn't want to play for him, who were being coached hard and didn't want to be coached hard. That was like the story that I got.
You sound like someone who's never been fired before.
I've been fired before.
I've been fired before too. I've been fired.
No hard feelings. For me, it was a business. You made a business decision. I didn't agree with your decision, but that's fine. I'm gonna go on with my life. And I did.
Let's say your new job brought in the guy who fired you. Like, I'll give
you one better. I'll give you one better, Chuck. I got fired. Went to work for another company. That company turned around and bought the company I got fired from. And I had to go back and work with the people who fired me. Sat right next to them. I was asked before I went back to that company, are you okay going back here? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. It was a business decision. I don't care if they like me or not. I don't care. No. Go ahead.
Let's say they didn't ask you, though, Troy. Let's say they didn't ask you.
Well, it doesn't matter.
And they just did it. That shows a lot of respect that they asked you.
No, first, hold on. The people who fired me, like, it's a lot of politics involved. So the guy, the manager who laid me off, when my name came up again to my current manager, and they're trying to decide who's going to go, who's going to stay, he was like, all right, yeah, Troy, he was here before. We don't want him. My manager was like, no, he's going to stay here. He wants to come back. He's going to come back. And the old manager was like, well, we had him here before. It just didn't work out. He wants to come back. He's coming back. There's nothing they could do. There's nothing they could do. So I actually went back and sat next to this man who didn't want me. I knew he didn't want me. It didn't matter. I didn't care because I'm a professional. I'm a professional, and I'm just doing my job.
I feel like you're making my case.
I do my job or not, I don't give a F. I didn't give a F about it.
I feel like you're making my case, though.
No, I'm not, because Vic Fangio is a professional.
He's agree.
A professional.
I agree. Vic won't change, but the fact that they checked in with you,
Chuck,
make sure everything was okay.
Here's my point. Do you not think that Harry Roseman, I'm sure he values Vic, right? I'm sure Jeff Lurie values Vic and everything that he's brought to that defense. You don't think that they'd be like, listen, we're thinking about bringing McDaniels back in here for an interview. So. I mean, are you okay with that? And I'm pretty sure Vic would have been like, I don't care, because all I care is he going to touch the defense. Then I don't care. I don't even have to talk to him.
I hope if they hire him, that someone asks Howie, was Vic consulted? I just want to know. Because you're right.
I think that would be,
he deserves the respect.
Very correct. And I think that would be unprofessional of Howie and Jeff Lurie if they didn't do that. And that's not something that I would expect them to do. I expect if Mike McDaniels is their guy, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a conversation with Vic Fangio.
Kobe, let me hear your list before I tell you guys mine.
I know he's getting offers to be a head coach right now. I like Matt Nagy, the idea of him.
Ilk.
That would bring someone who's in the Andy Reid tree.
He did a terrible job in Chicago. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Can I say something? Can I say something?
Well, he was the
here?
head coach in Chicago.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Chuck, that's my point. Like you can't look at somebody and be like, all right, he was a bad head coach, so it's going to make him a bad coordinator. Now I know I said something similar about
But
Dable.
Nagy,
I just don't like
isn't he the
Dable's.
coordinator
I don't
anyway?
like Dable's personality. What'd you say?
Isn't he a coordinator in Kansas City?
He is.
Then why would he come to Eagles? How could he come to the Eagles on a lateral move?
He's a free agent. He doesn't
have a
Okay.
contract.
He doesn't have a contract.
Okay.
So like just to prove my point, Vic Fangio was a horrible coach in Denver, head coach in Denver, right? But he's a great coordinator. Some people aren't meant to be head coaches. All right, so Matt Nagy, it's fine. He wouldn't be on my list, but that's fine. I'm not going to kill
Kobe,
him
I'm
because
sorry.
he's a bad
You're
head
right,
coach
Kobe.
someplace else.
Cope, I'm sorry. I illed your pick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's like you looked at his food and said, "Ill, that's nasty looking."
I know there's no meat on that plate.
That's the worst thing you could do.
There's no red meat on that plate.
Mike
got?
LaFleur, the Rams offensive coordinator. I feel like that's a guy coming from an organization that knows how to run an effective offense. I would value him. He's a younger guy. He has experience. I like
fair.
those two. I don't know how realistic they are, but those are my two top guys. I would say.
All right, here's my list, and I'm surprised no one is mentioning this guy because he's perfect for like Troy, what you wanted and what Noah wanted. Some like an older guy. I think he's 59, which doesn't seem that old to me, but he may be settling in to like being a coordinator, and that's Todd Monken from the Ravens. Like he worked with Lamar, got him a couple MVPs. The offense is super dynamic. They always get the tight end involved. I think it'd be a perfect match. And I know Harbaugh just got the Giants job. He may go with him to the Giants, but I think it's a perfect fit for if the Eagles are looking for a long-term coordinator. I think he would be a perfect candidate.
Do you know what the great thing about fantasy football is that you get the chance to pay attention to teams, players, and coaches when normally you wouldn't care. So the past couple of years, I've had Derrick Henry on my team. I've had Isaiah Likely on my team. I've had Lamar Jackson, and so I've watched a lot of Ravens games over the past, honestly, about 4 or 5 years, and I mean a lot. Like if the Eagles weren't playing, I was watching the Ravens. And normally during their games, throughout the course of the game, I find myself saying, what the hell are they doing? What the hell are they doing on offense? Not giving Derrick Henry the ball for like quarters at a time. The routes that the receivers are running.
This is the Derrick Henry that ran for 1,900 yards last year?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Sorry.
Not giving it to him like at the goal line, silly stuff like that.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
It's mind-boggling how they ran their offense, and like the simplest things they would make extremely hard, similar to how the Eagles did this year. They could be up 20 points in the fourth quarter and lose that game. They had so many blown leads.
That's true,
and
but that's a defensive
stalled.
problem. That's not an offensive problem.
Defensive, not all the time. Not all the time. There was a lot of times where they would do a lot of 3 and outs, and the defense just couldn't stand up to the onslaught of the other team, right? Because they were constantly on the field. because it was mind-boggling to what they were doing. So the Ravens organization wanted Monken out. They didn't think he was the answer, and Harbaugh stood 10 toes down and was like, "No, fire me." Okay,
Oh,
they
I
were
didn't know
willing to
that.
let him go. Yeah, they
Oh,
were.
I didn't know
I
that.
think they decided to fire him because he stood up for his guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My guess
I
is
didn't know they wanted Malkin out
My guess is Malkin's going to go with that whole coaching
with
staff is going
Harbaugh.
to go with Harbaugh.
Okay, I got just a couple more on my list. So Todd Malkin was number one, and until I see different, and this is as even talking to Kev, who's in our basketball league. Shout out to Kev, I know he's listening. He's a Ravens fan. He gave him the thumbs up. He just hates when his defensive coordinator became the head coach of Seattle. He said the defense has never been the same, and that's been their problem. He said the offense hasn't been the problem. But Malkin's
get him
number
on here.
one. What's that?
We should get him on here.
Yeah, I told him if we hire Malkin, would he come on? He said he would.
Okay.
Stefanski's my number 2. Frank Reich is probably already my number 3. But here's a wild card, which will never happen because he hasn't called plays and he's never been a coach before. Nick Foles. Yeah, I don't think the Eagles can afford to have a brand new play caller after last year, but I would love I don't know if you guys listen to his podcast.
Yes,
he is
a little bit
super intelligent.
Correct. I would not be mad at having Nick Foles in. And listen, again, like to your point, Chuck, he's never been a coach, he's never called plays, but he was a quarterback, which to me is much more important than a coach who has called plays but has never played the game. Right? To me, Nick Foles could come in and there may be a lot of things that he has to learn about calling plays, but he can learn it. I think he could pick that up quickly. So I wouldn't mind that at all.
The best scenario for me would if they hired maybe a Frank Reich and have Nick Foles as assistant or something.
As an understudy.
Yeah, and then maybe
waiting for his chance.
And then Sirianni gets fired and Frank Reich becomes head coach, and then Nick Foles.
Here's the thing: no matter who they hire as the OC, I think Nick Foles needs to be in that room as a consultant. I do. Yeah. But did you guys hear about what Howie Roseman said about hiring a young up and coming coordinator? It doesn't matter to him. He said it doesn't matter to him if a guy's going to be here for 1 year and goes to a head coaching position, right? Because if it means that we win a Super Bowl again, then that's fine. I'm completely okay with that. Like a coach being here 1 year versus 5 years, that's not on his high list of priorities. It doesn't matter to him. And I thought that was interesting.
Troy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's say Nick Foles is a potential candidate, right? If we had someone, again, another person with experience, again, was like McDaniels that we were talking about, someone who played back in college. Do you think that type of knowledge could translate well versus maybe someone like Nick Foles? Because we already have someone who has some experience already with McDaniels. Do you think that might have... Sorry. But what's up, Cole?
No, nothing.
Drew, give me that question again. I'm sorry, buddy.
You're good. All right. McDaniels played in college, right? Right. He played at Yale, right? Shout out to Yale.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nick Foles, former quarterback, right, but doesn't have any coaching experience.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think with those two because I think I like the idea of Foles coming in, but I think McDaniels might have a better chance of being a better coordinator. Do you think that's the case though, comparing the two?
I do. I think as it stands right now, McDaniels would be the better coordinator. As it stands right now, and it's because he has the
Because of that
experience
experience
of
Drew was
calling
alluding
plays,
to.
right?
Yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm
He
trying to
has
say.
that experience. But I do think that Nick Foles, once he decides to become a coach, his learning curve is going to be very short. Like I think he's going to pick it up very quickly.
I agree. I agree.
Because of his time being an NFL quarterback, winning the championship. Just he understands.
As a
He
backup
understands.
too.
And
As
he's
a
a guy that
backup.
he's already gonna have all the respect of the guys in that locker room because he's
Correct.
won a Super Bowl. He has a
Correct.
statue outside of the
Right.
stadium for crying out loud. So
Right.
he'll
I have
have
just
that
a couple more
to his
questions.
advantage.
Sorry, Coach. Just a couple more questions about the coaching. And Troy, I'm directing this towards you because you're the only one here that kind of remembers this. Do you remember when
No.
what's his face? Why am I drawing a blank on
Ray
his name?
Rhodes.
Ray Rhodes brought in John Gruden. Yes, that's John Gruden to be the offense coordinator, and they were installing the West Coast offense with Randall.
Yeah.
How many games did Randall last? Before
What year was that?
90.
It had to be like 93, 94,
95.
95.
Look at that.
How many games did he last?
Before they went to
how
Rodney
many
Peete.
games? I don't know. I forgot. I forgot.
Maybe
2,
4,
3?
maybe 5 games. He couldn't pick up the West Coast offense. They went to Rodney Peete. Randall was benched. Randall went on to Minnesota, won the MVP. Rest is history. I guess my question is, if they bring in a coach, this is to everyone, if they bring in a coach that Jalen Hurts maybe is not buying in or having trouble pick up the offense.
I mean,
is that a concern? And I guess my question is, do you think Jalen's going to have a say in who the offensive coordinator is going to be? Do you think Saquon's going to have a say?
That's what I was kind of wondering when you said that, Chuck. I don't know how much of a say a guy like Jalen Hurts would have after the season that he had. I mean, I think there was definitely a drop off in his play, especially when it came to his rushing.
Yeah.
From what we expected from him. Like, he's 27 years old. Do we have to start having some questions about him? I mean, we love the guy. He just won a Super Bowl, but is he the long-term answer? Yeah, like, would he have a lot to say? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Randall didn't when they brought in the West Coast offense. He didn't, and as he shouldn't. He probably shouldn't have any say, but it didn't fit him. He got benched.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So, speaking of Mike McDaniels, and not that I'm the biggest Mike McDaniels guy, but he also, that's great. That's great. He also mentioned his time with the Washington Commanders and how they drafted Robert Griffin and how they tailored their offense around his talents, and which had never been done before, because they realized that, he is limited in what he can do, but what he can do, not many other quarterbacks can. So let's just create an offense around what he does well. One of the worst coaches that I've ever seen in my entire life was Eddie Jordan, who coached the Philadelphia 76ers. And
What made you bring him up?
Because he wanted
awful.
to install the Princeton offense around guys who were not, they just weren't built to run a Princeton offense. Yet he was consistently trying. He was consistently trying to put that round ball or that square peg into a round hole, and it wasn't working. Whatever, pause it, whatever. It wasn't working. he could not literally look at his team and say, this guy's good at A, this guy's good at B, C. Let me create an offense to help these guys out. In football, most of the offenses today, it's not my way or the highway. It's what is my quarterback good at?
Yeah.
What did he do in college that made him successful, that made us want to draft him? We're going to implement that into our offense right now. A coordinator coming into the Eagles should not have some planned offense of, here's my offense and everybody's going to have to do it my way. He has to look at the talent on this team, what Jalen does well, what A.J. Brown wants to do, what Devontae Smith wants to do, how Saquon Barkley runs, how this offensive line is built and wants to play, and then build an offense around that. The first guy who's coming in for an interview and can give me a solid plan with that, he's probably going to be number one on my list.
So, do you think, going back to my original question, and I kind of agree with Kobe a little bit, Jalen needs to be taking some heat on what happened this season. I don't think he's taking enough heat. I'm listening to IP. I have WIP in the background. They're giving him some heat, but a lot of people are defending him. Should he be part of like the coaching search? And should AJ, to like get on his good graces again, like should he be looped in as well? Maybe not at sitting in interviews, but and Howie didn't give a ringing endorsement. If you saw the clip that I saw about when they asked him, will AJ be back? He wasn't like, of course. He was like, well, we want to keep good players, and AJ's a good player, blah, blah, blah. So do you guys think those players, Jalen, AJ, even Saquon, if I was Saquon, I'd be like, I don't want Dable.
It's a good question because I think Jalen had a hand in Brian Johnson, right? I mean, it wasn't his guy.
By the way, Brian Johnson looks like fucking Air Coryell compared to
like Brian.
what we
Listen,
saw.
Brian Johnson. If Brian Johnson was running this offense this year, the Eagles are still playing. They might
be still
have
playing.
a number one seed. They might have a number one seed, or they would have been fighting for a number one seed.
It's not that hard. Yes, I agree.
It's not that hard.
You figure
it's
he
not
would
that
have.
hard.
It would have been his second year on the job, right? So he would have had some.
It would have been his third year.
Johnson-
Third year.
His
It
third
would
year
have
on
been
the
his
job.
third year.
Third year.
He got fired during the. Yeah,
But
right, that's
even
right.
the Brian Johnson from the first year, if you give me that guy,
Yep.
they still would have been better.
Looking back
They
on it,
would have
they
been
didn't look
so
too
much
bad.
better.
Yeah.
Listen,
That offense was top 7 in the league.
I think, listen, as an owner and as a GM, based on how things have gone the past 4 years, I let Jalen know. I let Sirianni know. I let the players know. Here's what we're thinking. I will take their input, but ultimately, it's going to come down on me because I can't have this anymore.
The owner?
It's going to come down on the owner and the GM. Whoever's making that decision up top, right? It's got to come down on them.
So you don't think Sirianni?
I can't have. Huh? No.
You think
Sirianni's
Sirianni's
out. No.
But you don't think
say.
he's going to have a hand in it at all?
No.
Okay.
He had his say last year. Listen, when Petula, remember when Sirianni or Harry Roseman, I forgot who it was, said that we're going to have an extensive search for an OC, and the next day they hired Kevin Petullo without any other interviews.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you talking about? So my guess is like, okay, they probably said, okay, Nick, you just won a Super Bowl. Here's your guy. This doesn't work out.
We were all on a high. He could have did anything. He could have hired
Right.
freaking Hitler.
If this doesn't work out, though, because we seen it not work out last year. If it doesn't work out next year, then no more. You're out. You're done. We're not firing you, but you have no more say who's going to be the offensive coordinator. Oh, and like I said before, your offensive playbook, where's the closest fireplace? can you go light it and just gently place it there, please?
Listen,
Please.
I'll go a step further. I don't think he could. I don't think Sirianni could last another bad season. I don't think if the Eagles go
No, he's done.
not 9-8 next year. If they go even like 10-7, I don't think he can survive that. If they don't win a division next year,
no, he's done.
Yeah,
He's
no,
done.
a lot would
I
go
don't. He
into
can't
how
survive another season.
a lot would go into how that all would unfold. But yeah, I think you're right, Chuck. A lot of short leashes going around the Eagles right now, between coaches and players, I would say. Speaking of short leashes, going to cut this segment a little short. We're going to transition into halftime.
Oh yeah,
Drew, you got anything for us on your halftime segment?
We got Drew. Drew,
you're muted. You're muted.
Unmute yourself.
Sorry. Yep. Sorry. To all my J. Cole fans, Jermaine Cole has teased his album, The Fall Off, to be released February 6th. All right. Shout out to Jermaine Cole. Shout out to J. Cole. Even when he pulled out the beef, he's still releasing heat.
All right.
J. Cole's releasing The Fall Off, potentially, I believe, his final album. We'll see how it goes. Anyone here a Jermaine Cole fan?
Oh yeah,
I am.
big time.
I am.
I'm not.
Big Forest Hill Drives fan.
All right, Father, why are you not a Jermaine Cole fan?
I feel like his music doesn't speak to me at my age. It just doesn't.
What are
I'm
you
not
talking
moved
about?
by it.
It's just music.
I know, but it just. I feel like I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's.
So you're an old fuddy duddy type of guy when it comes to music.
Yes.
I will say
if that helps you, yes.
Wet Dreams spoke directly to me during my freshman year of college.
Who did?
Of J. Cole.
It's
Wet
a
Dreams
song.
from Forest Hill Drive.
Listen, take it easy. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. Take it easy. Come on.
You know what
It's a-
spoke to
it's
me
a
in college?
Family podcast here. It's a family podcast. Come on.
Damn it. What spoke to me was Tribe Called Quest. Spoke to me when I was in college. Bobby Brown spoke to me in college. Yeah, he did. So yeah, so it just I feel like it's just not when he's writing songs, it doesn't feel like he's thinking of me. I don't know how to put it.
We'll have to see.
God
we'll have to see
forbid.
with this next album. It is the day it's released after the Sixers play the Lakers, so might be something to talk about.
Okay.
When it comes out.
Well,
J. Cole
Recap.
briefly
Wait, but-
played basketball professionally, I think, in Africa for like 2 weeks, and then they let him go.
probably like this place is hot. I need to get out of here.
No, J. Cole. Listen, I love J. Cole. He played in college, but he rode the bench. He won the celebrity game, but he tried to play professionally. Kind of played himself a little bit, just a little bit. Just being the
Chuck, you
rapper trying to
ever-
be a hooper.
You ever listen to Born Sinner by J. Cole?
I'm a born sinner.
I'm looking up.
Yeah,
right
that's a
now.
good one. Check it out.
That's his second. That's his
Drew,
sophomore album.
I'm open. I'm open to it. I'm open. You guys want to send me some
Drew.
like things I might like?
Yes.
I'm listening to it.
Was there anything else for the for your halftime?
No, that was it. Shout out to
There,
Cole.
there, there is one other person who has an album coming out, and this is Philadelphia related.
Meek Mill.
Will
No.
Smith.
It's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Let me
Black
guess.
Thought?
No,
Okay. Well, can I guess?
Cassidy.
It's not Anderson
No.
Paak.
Is it a female? Or
He
male?
said Philadelphia.
Nah.
it's from it's Philadelphia.
Jill Scott.
If I Jill Scott,
Stop saying
has
names.
an
Oh, just
upcoming-
okay.
she has an upcoming album.
Mm.
Can't wait. Love Jill Scott.
Patty
Let's
LaBelle?
take
Oh,
a long
Jill
walk.
Scott speaks to me. I feel like she's speaking to me when she's singing.
She's actually not. She
She's
told
not?
me that. She
She
told
told
me
you.
that.
She's like
Yeah,
Chuck
she,
who?
she told me. Yes. She's told me that
She's like, who?
that I'm like I'm a muse for her. So
got it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good to know.
Heard that.
anyway,
Shout out Jill Scott. Shout out Jermaine.
shout out Jill
yeah.
Scott. Shout out J. Cole.
So who is it?
It's Jill Scott,
Oh,
son.
it's Jill Scott. I
how
thought you
many-
said it wasn't
How
Jill
many
Scott.
times you want? We said Jill Scott like 90 times.
I was singing a song.
Oh my gosh.
That's
These
interesting.
young bulls.
Now that we're on the topic of music, real quick, guys should check out the new collab done by Madison Ward and Tarian. They came out with a new single. They're two Christian-based pop singers. Really good. One's a black girl. She went to play volleyball at Oklahoma. Relatively young. They're around Drew and I's age. But they come out with really good music, and they did a collab. Came out with a single. It's called Oasis of Hope.
Christian.
Yeah,
Christian
Christian-based pop.
What's the name of it?
Bro.
Oasis of Hope is their single.
Okay.
But they
I
both
want
have
some
pretty good music.
sensual-
Madison Ward.
I
and
want some
Tarian.
sensual, sexual lyrics.
You're not going to get that from them.
Thank you,
Not going to
Colby.
get that from them.
But a special
where
shout
we
out
can't-
to Nas and DJ Premier. They also released an album together recently. That's a really good album.
Yeah.
Check it out.
That's,
That was
that's
really
yeah,
good.
about a month
Cope,
ago.
I'm kidding. Send me something, Cope. I'll listen to it.
I'll send it
My
your way.
daddy's the old fuddy-duddy
I'll send
hater.
it your way. And
Funny
speaking
good.
of what's coming our way, the Philadelphia Sixers are about to be in action, guys, in a few minutes. So let's get on the topic of the Sixers right before they come on and before we get off to watch them play the Cavs tonight. How do we feel? They're in the fifth seed. They're the fifth seed right now in the East. Knicks have been spiraling. Detroit, we still have question marks about them. How are we feeling about the Sixers right now? And is there a question mark at power forward? Who do you think they should rock with Dominic Barlow kind of banged up right now? And is he the long-term
No, he's
answer?
starting. He's actually starting. He's back.
Oh, okay. Well, would you say he's the long-term answer at power forward?
Yeah,
Dad?
or
To start?
Jabari Walker.
No.
I don't.
No,
Well, you
no,
don't think
I
Jabari
don't
Walker,
think-
that platoon of players?
No, I don't think either of these guys are long-term answers, but that doesn't mean I want them off the team. I think they're quality players that
Who
could be used.
First of all,
but,
who are these
like,
power forwards that are like littering the NBA? Like, who are these people? Everything's like a stretch five now.
Like
Or
like
stretch
when you
four.
look at him,
But
when you look at them play against Mobley, like you could tell like that's a mismatch with them. Like
Yeah, but-
Mobley's killing them. He's in your conference,
Yeah,
right?
but-
If
wait,
they
like,
have to
there's no
go
one like
against
him. There's no one
Anunoby,
like him in the conference.
yeah, but
They handle
but
Pablo-
you also have Anunoby, right? You have Giannis. Like
Be honest.
if we have to match up against these guys, like it's going to be a mismatch. I think it's a position that needs to be upgraded. Do I think it needs to be upgraded like immediately? No, because there's not really a lot of guys you can upgrade with at this point in time because you paid all that money to Paul George, Chuck. So
Yeah, and
You
I
know.
think you just have to
Was
play
that
it by
was that a
matchup.
shot,
yes, it was.
Troy?
I
you-
was joking.
you're-
I'm joking.
Listen, you're one of the smartest basketball players. Excuse me, basketball minds I know.
He's gonna say no.
But
You had it. You had that
have
right.
a blind spot.
This is being recorded, right? I just want to make sure.
You have a blind spot for
No.
this, Paul George.
No, I don't.
I would rather-
listen.
No. Let me finish. I would rather have
Go ahead,
Paul
let you finish.
George and all our assets.
Uh-huh.
If he retired tomorrow, he had a press conference. I retire. I'd rather have that. Have all our assets. Than
Then
have
Brandon Ingram. I'm just saying.
Brandon Ingram,
Okay.
OG Anunoby,
All right.
Pascal Siakam, and not have any assets, including VJ, because we have to trade that pick to get one of those players. I would rather have this version of the Sixers than have
I understand.
a version with
I-
a washed up, not washed up, could they be productive? Yes, but no assets because we have to trade all of them to get those players.
Dominic
I understand
Barlow.
what you're saying.
oof.
I understand what you're saying. As I watch Paul George with this team, like I don't think about his contract. I really don't. I think he plays a certain role. He's accepted that role, and quite honestly, on his team, I like that role. So I don't need, even though he's getting paid, I don't know, $50 million a year. I don't need him to score 25 points a game. Like, he can't, right? But just give me 12 to 15 points, good solid defense. Like, what I'm more impressed with than anything is him on the defensive end,
But give
right?
me
So
Cole.
like, and he's a better playmaker than obviously than the other guy that was
12.
here. Yeah.
12.
Like I think he's a connective piece. He's an expensive connective piece, but yet he is a connective piece. He has a good role on his team. So like I'm fine with him. Like, just stay
And,
healthy. That's all. Just
and
stay
I
What
healthy.
think
Cope? I was surprised you put this in the rundown. What is it about that position that, like, we have enough people who want the ball, who are kind of ball dominant and can shoot and score.
right.
What do you want from that position that Barlow and Jabari Walker aren't giving us?
More rebounding.
And even Bona, when Bona's out there with Embiid, what are we
Well,
missing?
I think there's a level of length that they just don't offer at that position, especially when you're going up against a guy like Evan Mobley on the Cavs. You can't really do much if you're Barlow or Walker against a guy like that. I just saw a possession where Dominic Barlow played great defense on Evan Mobley, but he still scored just because he has that advantage. And then like the rebounding, I don't think either of them are exceptional rebounders. You know, I think that's one of their biggest weaknesses at the
The
moment.
biggest weakness. That's their
Again,
biggest
give me an
Arguably the
archetype.
biggest weakness.
Who give me like a player like that could, like, money wise, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but like
So
who's-
I didn't bring that up to say they should go out and get somebody. I was more so presenting what they should do, like what you guys think they should do with the roster that they have. I don't know who would be available, who they could get at the trade deadline, but I feel like we've seen the lineup of Dembona and Embiid work pretty well when they've been on the court together. Maybe that's something you play more when you play a team like the Cavs. Maybe you play it by matchup.
we haven't seen that in a while though, but yeah, that would have been nice against the Cavs.
There is one team that could
They
be
went
trying to get rid of assets. Well, I'm sorry, Kobe. Go ahead. I'll get back to that. Go ahead. Finish.
I was just gonna say they have pretty good numbers when they're on the court together, and they went to it against the Cavs on Wednesday. Not for long, but you saw it in spurts, and I've liked it a lot. So I think they should experiment with that more, especially when they play a team like the Cavs with Mobley and Jared Allen. But I think they'll be all right with the roster that they have, especially like what my dad said. There's, OG Anunoby, Tobias Harris. There's a lot of stretch four, smaller guys at the four on these teams you might see in the playoffs where you don't have to worry about that too much. But when you do play Giannis or Evan Mobley, I wonder if you do maybe started them Bona in those games.
Yeah, that's a good point. Cole, going back to the original question, I feel the Sixers could lose to anybody at any point, but I think they can beat anybody, including Detroit. Detroit's deep and young and long and fast. Athletic. But they don't stay healthy. Maybe they will be healthy in the playoffs.
But we're older than Detroit, less athletic, and we also don't stay healthy. So
yeah, if Embiid, and obviously I know this is a big if. There's no one on Detroit that can handle Embiid. There's no one. I don't care.
I don't agree with that.
Jordan
anymore.
is having a great
Jalen
season. He's probably gonna make the All-Star team.
Not a flop.
But what's that?
I said Jalen Duran's not a flop.
No,
No,
I'm not
listen,
saying it's a flop, but he
there's
can't
not
handle
going to
Embiid.
be there's not going to be any Jalen Duran slander on this podcast. As one, he's from
I'm not
Philadelphia,
dissing him.
and number
I'm not dissing
two, he's related to a very close personal friend of our family. So
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
But anyway,
I want to hear about that.
anyway,
later,
I know you're not.
I'm not
I know
dissing
you're
him.
not.
Like,
Can we?
I don't think he could. I don't think he could. Well, no one can. When Embiid is right, like no one could. Like, what are you going to hold him to 35? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
fair.
going to
Listen,
and
but he
Embiid's
has
probably
to
going
be
to get him in foul
right.
trouble.
But he has to be right. That's all.
He has
Just
to be
be
right.
right.
That's what I mean. The Sixers could lose anybody or could beat anybody, including Detroit.
Son, to your question about like the power forward, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're probably once Ja Morant goes,
Troy,
they could
stop it.
possibly
I know where you're going with this.
I know. Listen, he's not what I would call the rebounder that we need, but as a power forward, he is a top level defender.
Yeah.
To have him next to Embiid, that would be pretty
Troy,
special. And that's
what-
Jaren Jackson. Hold on. You get rid of Ja Morant. I don't know what you're going to get for him, right? Would you give up? You have to make the salaries work. Would you give up Paul George, Jared McCain, and the Clippers pick for Jaren Jackson? And whatever else they want to throw in.
What is the Clippers pick?
It's the 2028
2028 unprotected.
unprotected.
Which is probably going to be. I don't know what the
A decent pick
next year.
Probably.
It's going to be a decent pick.
Oh, in 2 years.
probably.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be a good. Should be.
Both
'Cause they're
Kawhi
early.
and Harden will be gone probably. I would probably do that. That
You
makes
would.
sense. Yeah. I love that you.
Oh, no.
I thought you were going to throw out a name without like making money work. Oh, give me Luca.
No, that's not me. That's never been me. That's
I
those are
love the
New
fact
York
that you
fans.
did that.
Those are
That's
New
a
York fans
fair.
that think of fantasy trades like that. That's not me. It's
that's
never
a
been
fair.
me. It's never been me. Like if you want something, you got to give up something.
Okay.
And
that's a
but
fair trade.
even
if
it
I'm a
is
Memphis
fair
fan,
trade, it's a fair trade, but you're basically doing this for. Well, I guess maybe you're not. How old is Jaren? How old is Jaren Jackson?
26.
He's
26.
26. All right, so you know what that matches with Maxey. Yeah, I probably would do that.
I would do that.
I probably would do that.
I would do that.
You maximize Embiid's time here when he's going. You still have Maxey, Embiid. I mean, Jaren Jackson, Maxey, and VJ.
Yeah.
To build around, that would be okay.
Yeah, and God forbid something happens to Embiid, you have a formidable player in Jackson that could play the 5 and still give you starter-worthy minutes.
Yeah.
That's a good scenario. I like that.
Let me call. I have some contacts in Memphis. I'm going to give them a call.
Would Memphis
and
do
see
it?
what we can do. Would Memphis do it? I think Memphis would be open to once they get rid of Ja, they might be open to just about anything. Now, obviously, I'm sure there are other teams that could give Memphis more for Jaren Jackson than what I just said. But I think they would be open to them.
Desmond Bane got them 4 first-round picks.
That's the stupidity of Orlando.
But that's
I don't know if that's going to be the market going forward. I don't know if that's
that
going to be the market going forward.
But people may look at that. Well, if you got, how about even like Mikal Bridges? Like, how many picks does the Knicks give up for him?
Again,
so there is a precedent.
The stupidity of the Knicks. Like that's to me. Like, all right, do you think Ja Morant's going to get that with all of his actions? Right?
No, hell no. But those two guys aren't. They're not doing what Ja Morant's doing.
I get it. But like every time someone gets traded, it sets a new bar. Whether you raise that bar or lower the bar, it's going to set a new bar. I think most GMs look at the Desmond Bane trade and look at the Mikal Bridges trade and are like, there's no way I'm giving up that many picks for those guys.
Yeah. Especially Desmond Bane.
It's not going to happen again.
I agree.
I mean,
I totally agree with you. But it might be, maybe it's not 4 or 5 picks, but it might be 2 picks that they want.
Okay, we can figure out another pick for him. I'll figure it out.
And you have to, or you can get Jeremy McCain's value up somehow. Maybe he could show flashes of what he did last year, and that would help too. Or they might love him. They might see something in him. But I like that. Sixers in. If I'm Memphis, I'm curious. I might want a little bit more, but I'm curious. I think it's a good trade though.
Yeah.
You're giving something up. You're giving something of value up.
Yes, you have to give it up. He's a good player. You have to give something up.
That was a good call. Good call.
We'll see if the Sixers can figure it out, the power forward position for the remainder of this year. And speaking of giving things up, we're gonna give up this episode for right now, guys. I think we
No.
Okay.
We still got.
Oh no!
Yes. What? This is what everyone's.
One more thing.
We got one more thing.
The Psycho T versus
All right, let's go
today.
Let's go. Let's hear it. I can't wait to beat
Troy,
you again.
We're undefeated.
Talk to me.
His type of player is really hard because it's hard to find people who played 4 years that's been impactful. Usually, if you're good, you're leaving, and I don't want to compare him to
No, you can bring him on. Bring it like the old guys.
It's not fair to him if I like.
It is fair. It is fair. It is fair. See, you
don't
don't think it's fair.
Iverson or
Chuck, you don't think it's fair because you never watched Psycho T. You didn't see the impact that he had.
Okay, let me
know, Chuck. When I say you didn't watch him, you didn't watch him every single game to see the impact that he had on the Carolina program. So it is fair if you want to say Patrick Ewing or whatever. So just go with it. Just run with it. Let's go. Let's hear it. I
got a name for you.
But
I just want to make it clear.
The last one was good. Who was the last one that we did?
Steve Alford.
Yeah, that was a good one. I could make an argument for Steve Alford.
No, you can't. But go ahead.
I just want to clear before I name the player, because I was listening to the last podcast before I posted it. I didn't stop watching college basketball. I stopped now, and I'm not watching it now, really. That time I was watching it, but 98-ish. Guess what I was doing in 1998? I was a young father.
Diapers?
Yes.
Diapers?
Troy, I'm not questioning your father's skills.
I think you are. That's what it sounds like. Because that's what I was doing.
If you were consuming,
I was doing the same thing that you were doing.
Basketball that we were watching when we were in high school in 1998 when Kobe was a baby.
I was, and guess who was right with me watching the games? Bouncing on my knee, watching the games with me.
Listen, no, Drew,
my son,
and Kobe, you guys are gonna be dads one day, and you think you're doing the same stuff you're doing right now? And Kobe, you think you're gonna be in that good a shape when you have kids?
Yes.
It ain't happening.
Yes.
I know I will.
Yes, he will.
I'm gonna be even more motivated.
He watched me his whole life. Of course. Listen.
Troy, you're saying. I'm not saying you're not.
Okay, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Kids were little,
yeah.
You still had time to go to the gym?
No, I'm not gonna be going to the gym when my son or daughter is
Chuck,
born.
when my son was an infant, you know what I used to do? I used to come home. Not every day, but I would come home, play with them, watch them just sleep for an hour, and say, "All right, honey, I'm going to the basketball course. I'll be back." And I go play basketball.
DCF might subpoena this podcast.
I didn't leave him alone. My wife is still there. She's like, "Fine, just go. It's fine."
Wow, you're something else.
I do recall
and
hitting
then
my
I couldn't
head.
wait, and I couldn't wait to take him to the basketball court.
There's no way
with me.
You're saying you were in the same shape?
Okay, well, my father
when he was born.
My father
when he
wasn't
was a baby.
Go ahead, son. Tell him, please.
You didn't start hitting the gym until I was 5, so you weren't even
right.
in,
I didn't start working out. I was just playing basketball. I'm just playing basketball for a couple of hours.
Kind of see that.
I was still in a corporate league, so I was still playing ball, right? I was still doing stuff. When I was home with my son, I'm spending all my time with him. So yeah, I'm taking him to the park, we're running up and down hills, but we're also hey, North Carolina's playing. He's going to be a North Carolina fan. He's sitting with me,
Kobe, Drew.
drinking his bottle,
That's
watching
the
like
exception.
this. He's drinking his bottle with his eye cut to the TV
That's
because he
the
wanted to
exception,
watch.
guys.
Because he wanted to watch Vince Carter.
That is not
Yeah,
that's,
Antoine
the, that's the
Jameson.
exception. That is not what normal.
That's
dads
what every
do.
father should be doing.
No, that's not normal.
That's what every father should be doing. Drew and Noah and Colby.
No, that's not normal. Kobe, you're gonna have a beer belly. Deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't drink beer.
Oh gosh.
Whatever.
I don't drink beer either.
I'll have a cookie. I'll have a cookie belly.
We have a
Anyway,
cookie
can you
belly,
give
whatever.
me your
Hardy-
other
Hardy,
guy?
I'm ahead
please,
of
so
you,
we can
Colby.
get out of here.
All right. Here's my guy.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler Hansborough
Right.
or Chris Mullin.
That's Chris Mullen's one of my
He
favorite.
played 4
dudes,
years?
too. Yeah, he
I
played
know
all 4 years.
Yeah,
He
you're
played 4 years. He was fantastic. I love that guy.
You knew what you were doing with this one.
Who had a bigger impact?
That's the question. Who had a bigger impact?
Who's a better college basketball? You can throw that in there, though. Who had a
Well,
impact on-
okay, so listen, Chris Mullen was a better basketball player.
Every
Mullen
guy
was
I'm saying is a better
player.
basketball player. I'm
Yeah,
just
you can
talking
make
about.
that
Okay,
case for a
so-
lot of guys.
So what did he have a bigger impact on St. John's versus Tyler Hansborough and Carolina on their program? I think Chris Mullen had the bigger impact on St. John's than Tyler
national?
Hansborough. Even though Tyler Hansborough won a national championship, Chris Mullen and St. John's, like he put them on the map. Like you're talking about a consensus player of the year candidate from the time
I
he
think
stepped
he's
on that
Player of the
court.
Year when
And
you're-
he made St. John's like he like New York was crazy for St. John's because of that guy. So I would have to go with Chris Mullen there.
Wow, finally.
Yeah, but I still won.
What do you mean?
I
so
can't
much?
lose. I can't lose in this little contest that we're doing here.
It's not a contest. I'm just asking
It is.
questions.
It is to me.
I'm just asking
me.
questions. It's not a contest. I'm just
Yeah,
asking questions.
I'm going with Chris Mullen. I'm going
I
with Chris
wouldn't-
Mullen there.
Chris Mullen didn't win
The
a
crafty
national
lefty.
championship, though.
He didn't
did
win it.
He went to the Final
he went to the
Four.
championship.
He went to
He
the
was
Final
Final
Four.
Four.
But he
Went to
didn't
the Final
win.
Four. He didn't win,
Stop
but
it, Drew.
listen, yeah, the impact was. I love his impact for St. John's. You had to be there, son. I'm sorry.
So we could say
had to
Hansborough
be
had
there.
the better resume, but he had the bigger impact.
Hansborough has a better resume.
It's hard to
stat-wise, I
find
guess.
four. It's hard to find. He does. He has a better resume because he was there for 4 years. Like if you're good
You
enough,
act like he
usually
was there
this
for
lead.
6 years.
But hold on, Chuck. But
Isn't he still in
okay,
college? Isn't he still playing for North Carolina?
Forget the 4-year thing because I think Larry Johnson had a better and bigger impact on UNLV than Hansborough did for Carolina, and he was only there for 2 years. So, like, I don't look at it as years. I just look at, what that player did for that university during the time that they were there. That's all I'm looking at.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just asking questions.
All right.
And we
That's
want
all
you
I'm
to keep
doing.
asking questions. We want you to keep asking them.
Yeah,
We're
think
gonna
of another
keep-
good one.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, I got some
Talking
more.
about
In
Tyler,
the,
talking about Tyler Hansborough over here. Speaking of Carolina, they do play tomorrow. They play California, 4:00. There might be a game that we talk about on the next episode, fellas, when we reconnect. After this one, we're gonna wrap it up. Got the Sixers on. Gonna go watch some basketball. Gonna go enjoy our Friday nights. Hope you guys do too. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like our podcast. Let us know what you think. Do our poll. Look out for questions after each episode is posted, and look to continue to bring you Sixers talk, NBA talk, and for the rest of the NFL playoffs.
or DCF on line 1 for you, Troy.
Listen, that was almost 30 years ago. It's too late for them.